Hello and good morning. Happy Saturday. And this is a great show because we are a couple of weeks in now to the school holidays, and this is going to be all about schools out for summer and top tips for family holiday fun, because that's what it's all about, just making it fun and just enjoying time together. So if you are watching this and you have any of your own like tips or tricks or things, or even if there's anything happening in the community as well, feel free to put it in the comments. We'll obviously come back to you, but this is going to be a great topic to start the day. Because if there's one phrase that every parent absolutely dreads, makes their toes curl and their eyes twitch in the summer holidays, it is "I'm bored," and that is just not what you.
It's either the I'm bored or are we there yet?
Yeah, or, "I'm hungry. Is there anything to eat? Have we got a snack?" Yeah, there's probably many. There's definitely many, but when school gates have closed, the usual routines vanish and it's replaced by weeks of excitement and no routine and a lot of potential for the wee ones. But it's also a real test for parents to come up with family friendly ideas, make them happen. But it's also about trying to be cost effective with them as well, trying not to spend so much because it can get ridiculous by the time you go place and you eat out and the fuel to get there and all these things, and then they go, "Oh, can I bring so and so, can I bring my friend?" And then it's all about as well, yes, there's so many fun things to do, but let's try and also rein it in a wee bit and make it a bit more realistic, because absolutely, while being an estate agent is about selling homes, it is about being a good neighbor and what we can do for, families out there and friends. So that's why this show is great for any hints and tips. And that's why, feel free to put anything in the comments. But this is where we're really going to help you get through the school holidays, hopefully with joy. Whether it be family fun at home, creating ideas for making a kind of hub in your home, big days out, maybe even just one or two within the period of really exciting experiences and something that everybody can get involved with, especially if you've maybe got like kids of varying ages, to really get all the family involved. And weekends away, and it can be staycations. You don't have to, leave the UK. It can be staycations, and perhaps you can do the longer weekend trips as well. Happy travels with children, some smooth, I mean, I'm going to say stress-free, but is any kind of travel with a child stress-free? I feel like that's, not the right comment to make. And then things for grown-ups as well, to get those moments of peace where you can take a wee step back, breathe, and try and rejuvenate. So in short, there's going to be plenty of inspiration throughout this to make the school holidays a summer to remember, with amazing times for everybody. But do you want to kick us off, Perrie? What does that look like?
Yeah, I think the main thing as well for me, the fun thing is that you want to be doing things together. So estate agents' homes, family fun at home is one of the things that we like to talk about. So home is where the heart is. We all feel that no matter where we are in our lives, don't we? So we're going to give you some holiday tips in regards to some things that you can do with the kids while you're at home. Endless possibilities for entertaining and bonding without ever really having to leave the front door. We've had great weather as well. So it's been, if you've got a garden, it's fantastic to get into the garden as well, isn't it? So we're going to give you some inspirational tips and see how that helps you along. So rainy days sometimes happen, nice weather, but the rainy days happen as well. So they're great for movie days, gaming days, sit and playing board games, get those things out. Kids will love that. They love the interaction because they're kind of learning as well, but they're not actually sitting in a classroom or nursery environment. So it's quite nice. And actually, if you're a busy mum and dad as well, how many times do you sit and play games with the kids? You don't really get that opportunity in the evening because you're all working to that busy schedule, aren't you? And we're all rushing around to timelines and pick-up zones and drop-home zones and before school clubs and after school clubs. There's just so much going on. So actually being at home and just having that out time with the kids. So some games, some fun, some drawings, get their creativity going. So again, I loved drawing when I was little. I like playing board games. It's great to do that with kids. I did it with my family, and it was a really good way to interact and some really good quality time as well, especially in today's world where there's everything's your phone, your tablet, your video games. It's really nice to have that interaction and not everyone's sitting like that. So that's really good fun. So creativity, some online music, some art classes as well. So you could do like little competitions. If you go onto YouTube as well, there's a lot of guidance things on YouTube for kids. So again, you can go in there and you can follow along with it, which is quite nice, and do some creative artwork there. So the kids are still getting that entertainment from their tablet or TV, whichever it is that they fancy, but they're interacting with it as well. Even help them maybe reorganize their bedroom, redecorate it in a certain way, or do some artwork that they can put up in their room and they feel that they're part of that, and they're creating a bit of an additional space and it's more their room as well. It's always a good thing. One of the things that I love doing with my kids, and actually Susan, our colleague, she does it with her grandson a lot, is jigsaws as well are a great thing, I think, to sit with kids, because they're so time consuming and so much time goes by, but it's a real interactive way to do it. And kids get quite excited when they find a piece and they start building it and putting the picture together. So that's always a really nice thing as well. All of those things are inexpensive as well. And you can muscle up some lovely treats, can't you? One of my favourite things for the kids when they were little is I used to get the marshmallows and melt a bit of chocolate and like put little faces and noses and eyes and everything on them. Kids love doing stuff like that. Melting chocolate with marshmallows and Rice Krispies and mix them all together. Things like that. Kids just love that, don't they? So they're really inexpensive ways that you can spend time at home without having to spend a lot of money. So that's some top tips for you. But if the sun is out, encourage the kids to get into the garden as well. Do some activities out there. Swing ball, I used to love that, but mind and duck if it comes quick and you're not ready. I've had a few whacks on the head with that when I was growing up. My kids used to be really competitive with that. They loved it. Again, even having lunch outside, making a little picnic, making it quite exciting. So letting them help you prepare whatever you're going to eat. Let them make their own little sandwiches if they like dairy and ham on a sandwich, rather than grown-up food. Nice little finger food things to do. So setting up a picnic's nice. Make a tent. For all us oldies, you probably didn't do this, Sophie, but for all us oldies, when we used to have the washing line, my mum used to get one of the bed sheets and just throw over the washing line, and that was your tent. But it was great fun, and we used to take all our little toys out there and play, so that's always a good thing. But actually, even kids nowadays, quite a lot of them like to be involved in the garden as well. So we're kind of at that time of year where you might be thinking about planting some things for towards winter. So again, get them involved in the gardening and some planting. Kids love that. My sister had her grandson out recently with wee Jockey Boy the dog, and they were doing it exactly that, and they were collecting shells on the beach and then spreading them and making patterns on the grass in the garden. Good stuff to do, and kids really enjoy it. So nothing to spend there as well. But I will say, make sure you put sun cream on them and check the sun cream. And actually, when you're thinking of sun cream for children as well, because there's been a lot of bad press about that, on your bottles of your sun cream, always look for that 5-star UV rating, because that's real protector. Even though the front of that bottle says child friendly 50 guard, not necessarily that. So make sure it's got that 5-star UV on the back or the front. It's really obvious. It's kind of almost goes in a halo. So check that for your kids as well. Really important, because you don't want them getting burnt. Because it's actually been quite cloudy, but it's been really warm, isn't it? So it still happens. And as we said, making food together, that's one of the big things for me. That's a good chance to have laughter and fun together, especially if it's cake baking, because it ends up everywhere, doesn't it?
Yes.
So, let them make their own cookies, put Smarties in them, put their jelly tots in them, whatever the kids enjoy eating. Again, ice creams as well is a really good thing. Get a big tub of ice cream from Aldi, let them make it, put sauces on it, sprinkles on it, all the things that they want to do. They'll feel like they've gone outside and had something nice at an ice cream shop. Because ice cream's expensive as well to buy if you've got maybe 3 kids at home in the summer. It's not cheap to do. No, so that's a really fun thing to do. And pizzas. Kids love making pizzas. You can make your own dough. So funnily enough, actually, I was chatting to my son last night about this, because their son's milk intolerant. He says, I really want to try my homemade pizza, Mum, but how will I go about that without milk? And I said, well, just mix up some of his formula and use that as milk, because the milk's just there as a binding agent. He went, oh, I didn't think about that. So different ways that you can do things, but fun things you can do with the kids as well. Kids love making pasta as well, because that's always a mess. It gets all mushy and in their fingers and everywhere. But they can do what they want.
Anything that's a mess is a winner. Yeah,
exactly. If they can get in a mess, then they love that. But it's a real good way as well of bonding with them. That's the biggest bonus from it. But actually, even though they're on school holidays, all those activities are actually still giving them vital life skills as well, and they're still learning. So you're actually helping them learn and grow without them sitting at a desk or in a classroom environment, but they're having a little bit of fun as well. And it's not costing mum and dad a fortune to do those things. So that's my top tips for the kind of family thing. But no matter what the weather, however it behaves, it changes every day. As we know, you've got familiar territory when you're at home in your garden. Enjoy your home comforts. You've got plenty of things in your fridge. You've got plenty of things to watch on TV. You've got your game boards. You've got your food cupboard. You can definitely entertain and rustle something up there that's not going to cost you a fortune. And actually, mum and dad will probably really enjoy it as well.
Absolutely, definitely. And even I've been seeing things like online, or even I've been driving about and I've seen like, the wee ones offering, we'll come and do a bit of gardening for a little bit of pocket money for the school
Mhm.
holidays, or we'll come and wash your car. And I've even seen, as I've been driving about, like little stalls and they've made their own little lemonade stand.
I
And
know, it's
that's
brilliant.
that I know they're just sat there and that's then made up for the day. And even I saw as well, like if you are doing when Perrie mentioned about clearing out the room and redecorating, even if you get them to do a little clear out, and then they can just be out in the front garden or on like the street, and they can do like a little sale of their teddies and their toys to get a little bit of extra pocket money as well. Like
Mhm.
there's all these little things that they can get involved in. But that's what I've been seeing about the community when I've been driving about, little stalls set up of lemonade
I know,
stands
it's
or
great,
something
isn't
with the
it?
toy. Absolutely, yeah, definitely.
So if you want
But
to
then
not be at home and you want to get out, what does a big day out look like?
absolutely. So there's nothing quite like that kind of leaving home buzz. You're all excited. You're going out for the day. You do then obviously return tired, but you've had a full day of fun and memories. And as I say, it doesn't need to be constant, even if you maybe do one at the beginning of the holidays, one at the end, just to try and space it out a wee bit. But there really is something for every single budget, age
Mhm.
group, interest. I remember when I was growing up, I don't know if anybody else remembers this, but when I was growing up, it was the like age of when the Sun paper used to do the 9.99 holidays, and you used to collect the tokens, and then you would get your holiday, and like you saved it up. And we went to France with ours, and like we went to Germany, like we did some UK ones, but it was just like the little newspaper 9.99 holiday that you saved your tokens up, and that was absolutely brilliant. Like that's memories that I still talk
Yeah.
about now. And it was so inexpensive. And there's so many things, like if you go on, I don't know, like Groupon or Voucher or online, or perhaps if part of like the NHS, you can get obviously blue light card discount. There's all different things to try and make these days out as affordable as possible. But and as whether it be, you go in historic castles or these
Mhm.
grand estates, and maybe taking a step back in time, whether it be stately homes or ruins. There's ones local as well,
Mhm.
but you can also travel for them. And again, it's almost like that history lesson, but while making it fun and interactive. But again, they're not in a classroom. There is, of course, if you want to go full whack fun, you've got the theme parks. You can go crazy. Maybe take some sick bags with you. Don't forget them. But do a wee theme
Not my
park.
thing. Roller coasters and things that go round don't work for me.
You'll stay standing on the ground with the bags. Yeah, yeah. But there's ones whether you stay up in Scotland, whether you go down south, but whether it be roller coasters, some of them also have like exotic animals. You've also got museums, and there's even some museums that are free as well. You can even get the train through to
Mhm.
Edinburgh, and there's some free museums there. You've got eco centres, like you could also go across to Dundee. There's also local museums as well, like you've got the Fisheries Museum in the East Nook.
Mhm.
Like you don't have to go far, you can also stay within your areas. But there's so many different things that can really get that adrenaline rushing,
Mhm.
and get the little ones fascinated.
Mhm.
Also, as well, head into the countryside, get some fresh air, as like Perrie was saying, if the sun's out, get into the countryside. You've got national parks, you've got the Fife Coastal Path, you've got leafy forests, there's scenic trails. And again, with those trails, even little things like make them up like a little I Spy kind of card, and
Mhm.
who spies this first and who spies that first, and get them to tick it off. And then it becomes a little bit of a competitive game and gets them really aware of the surroundings. Local farms as well, look for wildlife and
Mhm.
just enjoy it. Take the picnic again. So if you are doing those things, and to try and cut costs and make it, as affordable as possible, take your own lunch rather than eating out if you're doing a day out. Pack lunch and go and get your bits beforehand, because that's where the pennies really do go when you have to
Mhm.
stop and eat out. So think about all of that. And as we say, if you've got any of your own suggestions or places you've maybe been already in the holidays that you think are absolutely brilliant, put them in the comments so you can share them with everybody else. But wherever you go, family passes and advanced discounts help you get the best value for the day. They
Mhm.
absolutely do. So do your research. If you are planning to do something, do your research and really look for the best prices. As I say, look for places with picnic areas so that you can take your own picnic. And as Perrie said, get them involved in the making of it. Like the day before, you could make up all your packed lunches for your activity the next day. So that's 2 days activities done without having to spend an awful lot.
Mhm.
But if you are fortunate where you do have obviously some disposable cash available, and you can look at going away for a weekend or away for a longer trip, what does that look like as well, Perrie?
Oh, there's so much you could be doing. So, I mean, Fife, Scotland, the UK is comparatively small when you look at the global size of the world, isn't it? But we're blessed with a variety of things to do, landscapes, places to explore as well. For us, I think is fantastic. But other places as well that offer a refreshing change, you know, scenery change for the whole family is always a positive, isn't it? And actually, if you UK holiday as well, you've got the risk of avoiding all of that flight hassle that you might have, getting the kids to the airport, the parking, the organising, the packing. It just can be so much hassle and stress, can't it? And actually takes quite a bit of fun out of it. So for me, there's lots you can be doing here. So the seaside, we've got it on our doorstep. We're blessed, aren't we, to be in Fife? So we've got lots of seaside around, but there's lots of other places that you can really go and explore. I had a week off last week. We went to Perrie. It was fantastic. We had a great time. So you don't need to travel far. That was less than an hour in the car, so it was fantastic. But the things I love about when you do that as well is sitting somewhere else and it's a nice sunny day and you're maybe sitting outside by the seaside and you're having fish and chips. That's a great thing. I really enjoy that. And kids like that as well, eating with their fingers, because not always allowed to do that, are they? But again, you can do some great boat trips. Even if you go along to the East Neuk, you can get boat trips to the May Island, things like that. So there's so much you can do there as well. Exploring the rock pools, I used to love doing that when I was a kid, and my kids love doing it as well. So again, we've got that on our doorstep, but again, you can explore further. But don't forget, pack a frisbee if you go to the beach. I love frisbee at the beach, and bat and balls as well. We used to play with the bat and ball on the beach, so that's always really good fun. And it tires the kids out and they enjoy the sunshine. I think it was about 2 weekends ago when we had that beautiful weather here as well, and I was driving through Leven and I was down by the beach and I could not believe how busy the beach was. Everyone was out with paddle boards, the kids were in the water, picnics were on the beach. It was just so wonderful to see it. The Mr. Whippy Fife ice cream van was at the beach and he was hoaching. It was literally had queue around the corner. It was fantastic to see. It was so busy and people sitting eating their fish and chips. It was a real good atmosphere. But you can get that in lots of seaside towns if you do want to escape your front door. That's there locally as well. Adventure parks and camping is always a really good thing. So take a tent. You can go glamp it up a little bit if you want to glamp it up a bit. You can stay in a nice lodge. There's lots here as well. We go to one actually in the Angus Hills. Again, it's about an hour and a half's drive. In Glen Clover, it's fantastic. Lots of adventures for the kids to be exploring as well. So there's loads of locations like that. And they cater as well for the kind of thrill seekers as well. So, you know, if you want to go climbing, walking, you do a lot of walking yourself, Sophie, and it's a really great place to be, isn't it? But the kids will enjoy that as well if they're a little bit older kids as well. But you go to other parks and areas, you can go zip lining, you can go high ropes crossings. That's great as well. If you go up to Pitlochry, they do that up there. It's fantastic fun. There's lots of water sports, quad biking. There's so much more that you can do. We've got beautiful hillsides around us as well. And there's lots of adventure breaks that you can go on. But you can actually go on a nice city break as well and have a twisty city break. So, you know, lovely, vibrant cities. Even Fife, you can go to Dundee, the city there. You've got the V&A Museum on your doorstep. You've got lots of lovely hotels. Mum and Dad want to meet. You can go to Malmaison. You can have a lovely dinner. They've got the big water park inflatables there as well. So that's really great fun for the kids. So again, it's a little break away from home, but you're not having to drive too far, so a wee bit more economical wise as well. But there's lots to do. You can go into Edinburgh, you can get the train from Leven to Edinburgh, do the open tour bus tours. I think they're great when the open top when you're sitting out and it's a nice day. That's always quite good fun as well. So there's just so much that you could be doing and enjoying in the city tours as well. There's lots of family friendly fun that you could be having, but whatever you're looking for, you'll find plenty to reinforce existing hobbies. So, you know, if you like being the creative one, there's things that you could be doing there. If you want to be the explorer, you can go away into the countryside and the hills and you can explore there. There's so many family stories that you can create. And even my kids now, we used to do that a lot with the boys when they were younger. And even now they talk about that and remember those things when we used to do that. Going up to Tummel Valley and exploring there and staying in the caravans. They absolutely loved when they did that when they were younger, doing all the water sports. Go to Loch Ness, for instance, hire the little canoes and go out onto the loch. That's really great fun as well. And the kids just love it exploring, and it's not too far to do that in a weekend.
Exactly. Absolutely.
But if you've got kids that are happy to travel and you've got the budget to do that, what's the plan looking like there, Sophie?
We want to try and make it as smooth as possible to make it a happy holiday. Hopefully from the beginning right through to the end. It's all about preparation. You cannot be too prepared. There is not such a thing as being over prepared when it comes to children. And you can hopefully try and turn potential headaches into an enjoyable time for everybody. Now, this is something, even if you're not traveling with children, I need to do it for myself, but snack smart, you need to have snacks, and that's not even when you're with children. But one that also avoids the expensive stops, as we've said, because the services are a nightmare for just putting a premium on and everything. Helps as well if you are just needing something quick on the go. But it really does help having those snacks, a mix of healthy, some little sweet treats, fruits, nuts, chocolates. Make sure you pack plenty of liquids as well, but make sure you've got the snacks. Something I keep seeing as well, if you whether you're traveling in the UK, local or not, is people buying like the plastic boxes, and they've got like the little section, and they make like a little box, and it's got all the different favorite little bits, and then you just close the lid and it's all there, it's all contained, but it's just picking all your wee bits, and you can get the kids involved in it, right? Pick what bits you want, put them in it, right? Keep it safe, that's yours, don't lose it, and you can get them involved in that as well. Then when you've got the snacks right, you need to think about the entertainment, because when they've got happy bellies and they've got full bellies, they then go, I'm bored, or how long until we're there? So you need to have the entertainment on top. So whether it be engaging games, activities ready. But if you are traveling with children, make sure the games are not things with loads of little bits, because they'll just go missing. They'll go under a seat, they'll go flying. They'll just be aware of that. Try and not pick something with loads of bits. But you don't even need to take anything actually physically with you. You've got the good old classic I Spy or anything like that. You can do that games. Look for things online as well, like quizzes. There's so many different things you could do in terms of entertainment. And then the next thing, again, is comfort. Honestly, I feel like these things are, even if you're not traveling with children, I require all of these if you want me traveling happy, because then I need comfort, because that is key. I want to make sure you've got nice little neck pillows. Make sure that if you want a blankie, you've got a blankie. Travel socks, all these wee little things, especially if you have got a wee one that maybe does suffer with travel sickness, you get the bands, you get the wee little socks. There's all little different things. Then think about toys as well, and what are their comforters. Don't forget the comforters, because they're just going to cry Hail Mary if you do. So don't forget that, and that's where preparation is key. Regular breaks as well. Make sure that within that journey you factor in where it is there going to be places to stop, so you're not just pulling over at the side of the motorway and fashioning your own thing. Because you want to be able to stretch legs, reset, and then carry on again. So that is where you need your forward planning to make sure that the journey there and back really does just make the whole experience a lot better. Keep them fed, keep them watered, keep them happy, keep them occupied, and fingers crossed, it's a successful, happy travel. So that's children. What about the grown-up part of it, Perrie?
Absolutely, because mum and dad need something, don't they? They want the kids to be happy, but actually parents can quite get forgotten about when they're busy and trying to entertain the kids. So they just have a little break in the holidays too. It is their holiday. They've probably had a hard year at work, and they've got their summer break, and they're wanting to try and enjoy some downtime too. So here's some things that we would do. So you can go for a nice romantic dinner. You can have a nice evening out and really enjoy yourself. Get a trusted babysitter, of course. They can cover the bedtime duties so that you can maybe stay out a little bit longer. Go to a nice local restaurant that you may like, enjoy a quiet drink, catch a film, go to a show. Just the two of you. It's actually quite nice to do that, and it will totally recharge your batteries as well. You can take a little trip into Edinburgh if you're living and leaving. Easy to do in the train now. Actually, today, if you're not even wanting to travel far, you can go to Silverburn. You've got the big food festival there today. There's food, live music, so there's lots you can be doing there today as well. But if you want to really splash out, you've got some great hotels locally as well. So you've got the Balbirnie House Hotel, you've got the Old Course in St Andrews, you've got the Fairmont, so you can go and maybe treat yourself to a wee spa day and just have some relaxing. So maybe some pampering, a little facial, just rejuvenate yourself and chill out and have a good afternoon, serene soundings with great music, and that's just going to soothe you and just maybe recharge your batteries. That's always a nice way to spend the day, even if dad wants to do mum a favour and let mum go. That's always a nice thing. Yeah, I mean, but then also actually sometimes it's quite nice to do something solo. You know, you maybe have been together for quite a long time in regards to the holiday time, and each day's rolled into another and you've not had any me time. So if you're looking for something like that, even just something that you love, spend a couple of hours just doing that for yourself. Again, simple things like even sitting in your garden in the quiet reading a book is just such a relaxing thing, isn't it? Enjoy a long run. you know, Sophie, you know all about that just now. You're training for a marathon, so go for a nice run, rejuvenate yourself, give you peace of mind. For me, it's my garden, so I love just getting out in my garden and hearing nature, watching the butterflies and the birds tweeting and what have you. So that's just a little bit as well. And all of these things are not costing you money, but just take time out of life for yourself and just have a wee bit of a dash of a wee bit of self-care as well, because we don't always do that. Even just sitting listening to some nice music, sitting in the peace of your garden is quite a nice thing to do as well. Parents are allowed to feel tired as well, and they need to be replenished and refreshed as well. So it absolutely is a good time to do it during the school holidays. But making space for yourself is definitely got to be on the agenda as far as your well-being is concerned, because actually that will make you have more of a joyful holiday with the rest of the family through the holiday time as well, if mum and dad's refreshed. That's really important. But whatever your plans, that's all of our tips. If you want to share some tips with us, but whatever your plans are, I hope you have a fabulous holiday time. And if we can help you in any way, then you know you can just message us here.
Absolutely. Well, there we go. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you again soon.
Perfect. Have a wonderful family holiday. Take care. Bye-bye.